Hello, hi Kirsten from Uncover the News. Um, yeah, something I want to read on about next year's election, Ron DeSantis, is Rebecca Jones, the young lady who, they said the police, armed policing and everything. She's challenging him for governor. So, she's the one who spoke out about the figures being fudgy and not right and things like that. You're watching the track cycling right now. Yeah, I haven't watched the Olympics for the last couple of days, just been taking a break from it. And track cycling is always good to watch. Hello to the guys who are watching and not in the chat. Appreciate you joining us as well. Oh, nothing makes you feel older. Hi, Geek. How are you? Yes, I got my coffee. Nothing makes you feel older than when someone you used to listen to or knew about when you were young, like Kool and the Gang, when one of them passes away and they're age 70. It's like, oh my goodness. I was a huge fan of Kool and the Gang, but of course I knew who it was and some of his music. They always have, most people usually have one, at least one song I really like. Hi, Mimi Rose. Hi, Apple. Michelle Peterson. Hello. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady. Farley. Hello. Thank you for joining us, guys. I was going to look at Rebecca Jones. She's running for governor along with Nikki Fried. And Nikki Fried. Now, I had a look at Nikki Fried the other day. But remember Rebecca Jones? She was the young woman who was in charge of figures and databases and all that. And she said, look, things aren't right here. And they sent in police and all sorts of things and raided her house. Well, she's standing for governor. Bubba girl. Somebody wants to get into her dad. So she hates being shut out. Now, so as usual, I am open for questions because that's the only question I have at the moment. Hi, Sharon Saib. It was nice to sit in and watch Becca from House of Lenormand last night. Hello, Carlson. That's fine. You're feeling better tonight. Oh, that's good. Or am I feeling better tonight? Hi, Human Generic. Now, somebody asked me the other week about Daryl Esther. I can't remember what it was, but he's US representative for the 49th district since 2001. So let's have a look at his chances in 2022 as well. Hardbury, Kentucky, and it's raining. Wow. Hi, Cardamancy. Oh, look, Justice takes time, and it will happen. Canadian soccer player becomes the first out transgender. Oh, well, that's really cool. That's cool. Oh, we've had the host of a show we have here called Media Watch on the ABC. He's broken his hand and his pelvis. Good heavens. Good. That would be Rosen. Yeah, I'm glad you were feeling better, Geek Hillbilly. Yeah. A Kabul blast in Kabul. That's a bribe for a future coffee. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it, Bub. Just put it in. Don't turn it on. Yeah, that might sound suspicious, but he's just taking a load out of the washing machine, moving it to the dryer, and then putting another load in the washing machine. Hi, 171 signing. So, anyone got any questions for me, please? Tucker Carlson. Has he gone too far? With his Hungary trip. He's touting basically authoritarianism with it. Hi, Joe G. Good. I'm glad that the two police officers who trespassed were fired onto the Capitol. I mean, I hope they didn't go in and do anything and play part of the violence, but if they did, they should be prosecuted to that. But if they trespass, yes, they should. Yeah. You look after yourself, Geek. You do so much for your community, and I know you love doing it. Don't make me go all Care Bear. And anyone new who wants to subscribe, please do. You're all welcome. You're all like a big extended friends and family network to me, and yeah. So, will you rest some more? You rest some more. Will he be arrested for treason? I don't think so, but I am definitely going to have a look. You can't be arrested for treason for espousing and praising a different form of government, but
where would you like that coffee, Bob?
10 o'clock, Bubby?
Yep.
Thank you, sweetheart. Groceries will be here between 3:45 and 4:45, I think.
That's a narrow window, so that's good.
Yeah, they always let you know within the hour.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Which senator would that be? New South Wales, thank you, Uncover the News. New South Wales records 262 COVID cases. Yeah, she's a lovely woman you're in Canada, aren't you? And with the leader and spoke at a press conference. Yeah. And speak at a conference. Yes, who has added Australia to her newsfeed. And yeah. Yeah, well, that's why I'm gonna. I don't know that he'd, be arrested for visiting the leader, but I'm definitely going to do a reading on Tucker Carlson. Yeah, she's in Canada, and Southeast Queensland are going to end their lockdown despite 7 new cases linked to the school cluster. Yeah, they know where they are. That's the thing. That's the difference. That's the difference, is that they can track all of the new cases. So at this stage, they've got no reason not to end the lockdown. And it also depends on, have the new cases been in isolation and things like that. So, yeah. Victoria, 11 COVID cases. Thank you very much. Uncover the News. Hi, Carter Mancy. Did I say hi, Em? Okay, we're going to get onto this. CNN anchors suggest naming new COVID variants after GOP governors. We could sell beer cozies. Cairns is going into lockdown today. Yeah, that's not surprising. Yeah, Cairns is North Queensland. It's thousands of miles north of Queensland, of Brisbane. So, yeah. Other questions? The infrastructure bill. The human infrastructure bill and raising the debt ceiling. If you don't raise the debt ceiling, I think that means you have to raise interest rate, won't it? Which I'm not quite sure how that works. Hi, Deborah Kell. So I've got that written down, Joe G.
Stop that.
Hey?
Oh, you can get.
Catherine Cousy, hello. Judy Malley, hello. We're going to get stuck into it now.
You're a naughty kitty.
She's our naughty kitty.
It becomes yours when she's naughty.
I have photographic proof of your dog with his head in the cat treats. So I'm sorry, we'll just let's get into it.
Sorry. Oh boy.
Actually, I could do a top up of the coffee. I've almost finished this one.
Oh, where are you? That's all right.
Yeah. Because it's out for a while, it was just right to go, gulp, 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 gulp.
Yeah.
Oh, having $1 trillion coin. Oh, that would be awesome. Will there be $1 trillion coin? Will the Treasury issue $1 trillion coin? That will bypass the debt ceiling, won't it? Imagine what that would look like. $1 trillion coin. That would be interesting. And hello to everyone who presses on the videos later and watches them. I do appreciate it. And when you do a thumbs up, even press the notification if you want. I did notice that Friday when I rescheduled my pet special for Friday the 13th. So I'm wondering if I reschedule my pet special to the following Friday, maybe we can do a spooky special next Friday. What do you think? Oh, the voting rights bill. Jeffrey Clark v. disbarred. Okay. The voting rights bill, I'll have a look and see if it's any closer to passing. I'm still getting after 2022 or possibly before then, closer to passing. And Jeffrey Clark, that stand up and honourable, yeah, right, person from, will he be disbarred? Laura Carlson, I've got those two written down. Is the voting rights bill any closer to passing before 2022? If it can pass, oh, it'd be good if it could pass before next summer or during next summer. Then that would give it time for a lot of its things to kick in. And Jeffrey Clark, will he be disbarred? Looking at that. Oh, so when the Greek alphabet runs out, the chief of WHO, or the chief COVID guy at WHO, has said the variants, if they run out of the Greek alphabets to name the variants, they could start naming them after constellations. Yeah. All right. So what I'll do is I'll put this pet special back a week, and I'll schedule a spooky special for next week for Friday the 13th. How's that? Interesting design. Geek Hillbilly. Okay, well, let's get started. I want to have a look at Rebecca Jones. I had a look at Nikki Fried last week. I'll do a quick three-carder on her as well. So these two amazing women throwing their hat in the ring to stick it to DeSantis. Real life Andromeda virus, yeah. Scary thought, isn't it? I've seen that movie, but the original, which I love, and the miniseries remake, which is, yeah. Thank you, Em. And if you want a reading, you can email me at Footprint Tarot. @gmail.com. Hi, Renee Rogers. So, Rebecca Jones, Guides to the Highest Truth and Compassion, and her bid for Governor of Florida. Is she running as an independent, or? He did write The Andromeda Strain. He wrote a lot of fantastic books. I've read a couple. Airframe was really, really good. Airframe's fantastic. Okay, I'd love to see it made into a movie. Let's see. So, Rebecca Jones, her bid for governor. Thank you, Geek Hillbilly. I do appreciate those gestures very, very much. Wow, she's got everything she needs. I tried to see if she was a Democrat or a Republican. Oh, she's independent, but yes, he wrote Jurassic Park. He wrote so many books. Fantastic writer. But Airframe is one that I read, and really good. So what's her challenge? So she's got everything she needs in her arsenal for a good run. What's her challenge? Momentum. To keep not things are going to happen really fast in the next 15 months. Really, really fast. And she's got to, keep up the pace. Keeping up the pace is going to be a challenge for her. What is her advice? Make sure she's on top of donations. Make sure and really be in control of donations, and make sure she knows where everything's coming from. So, and also, just getting some donations too. It can be really, really hard business getting donations, because there's a lot of people down there who won't like that she blew the whistle. Comey, yeah. Who's the read on, Joji? It's on Rebecca Jones. Remember that young lady in Florida who blew the whistle about stats not being correct, and they sent in the police after her and all sorts of things and raided her home? She's running for governor. So I'm having a look. Why the advice about money? People are turning away from donating. She's not going to attract any huge donors. So yeah, keep the money coming in. Keep the advice is to keep up the drives and keep up, the fundraisers, because a lot of people are like, they're at the state now where, why should I give people money? Why should I give politicians money? They've abandoned us. They're letting us die. I think that's a bit of a in Florida too, I think, and also some people just don't trust whistleblowers, but they should. Whistleblowers are vital. What is the outcome for her with her run for governor? She's showing a lot of strength. So even despite this, I might do a clarification on this, and some notes as well. Eight of Cups is walking away from something, but it is also walking away from what was behind her and climbing to. So this could be walking towards a journey towards higher, a higher office. She's got the strength. She's got strength for her outcome, which is a very strong showing. Very strong showing. Now, this is the reason for more advice, is because she wants to climb up to that. Yeah, and people are really getting that money in. It's because people are, they are getting tired of it. So she wants to continue that travel up to those heights, keep moving forward and away from the past. Yeah, she's got to raise money because people are, a lot of it too is they're not trusting. I think Republicans are going to find it a little bit. Some people aren't going to be donating anymore because they see people donating to Trump's political thing and he's using it personally. But you know what? Will she be successful in raising? Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a difficult journey getting that money, but she will get it. I think she will get to that level of financial stability. She might not have as much as others, but we've got strength and we've got the Magician and we've got momentum. So her challenge is to take advantage of the momentum that is currently behind her, and to use it to get as much money as possible, because the donations will fall off. And it is going to be a tough fight. But you know what? She could win this. She could win this. Okay? So that is Rebecca Jones. Yeah, 19,000, 110 new cases. Oh, my goodness, in your county, and 3 deaths. Oh, my goodness. That is... Oh. Yeah, I'll have a quick look at Nikki Fried. I couldn't remember her first name last week when I did a read on her. So I'll do a quick couple of... Nikki Fried, what are her chances to win? And she's in charge of, the health commissioner. She's got victory, and she's got the 6 of Wands. She's got the Magician. So it looks good for her. And then she's got death, which is no. I think she got death last week too, which is like it gets cut short for some reason. She doesn't go on with it. She could end up being investigated, something to do with donors. So yeah. But Rebecca Jones is looking good. So it'll be interesting to watch that race over the next 13 months. Oh, hang on, guys. I'll just have to get James to lower his voice a little bit. It's distracting me. He's on the phone and he has some hearing problems, so he doesn't always know he's talking loud. Hi, Enid. Oh, you poor thing. Hang on, let me clean it up. It's all right, sweetheart. It's all right. Oh, we get sick. Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. Sorry for the distraction, guys. I went round there and Rubber Girl was going. She got a little bit sick. Sorry about that. But James's voice was distracting me. It's so sexy. Hi. Hey, Jean Carroll, why don't we let Trump go Oh my God. Yep. Oh, so thank you for your patience, guys. Got around there and little girl's like, and when I closed the door, she'd been a bit sick, so I just had to clean it up. Yeah, we mask up. Honestly, if hubby could, he'd wear one of those suits they have in Contagion or something like that, or Outbreak, or you know, with the groping, hey? Even groping, if there's enough of them, it establishes the series as a sexual predator. You can, if there's enough groping cases. Okay. Daryl Issa, 2022. And I apologise for the quick break. You know me. Good. You don't want one as well. Yeah, vaccination doesn't mean you're not going to get sick. It means you might not end up in hospital. Or you might get a mild infection, but still. People coming up to you and trying to remove your mask is assault. Okay. Daryl Issa, I don't know much more about him other than that he's a Republican. But somebody asked me, yes, it is assault, yep. Somebody asked me last week about him. Oh, good. Senators voted 67 to move forward with the bill, easily clearing the 60 votes needed to prevent a filibuster. Excellent. Bill Hallisey, absolutely no reason to rush and plans to slow walk it. Well, he might get a kick up the rear. Oh, okay. Assessment. Consequences card. This guy is assessing things and he's not looking too happy. It's also a card of consequences. The harvest isn't as it should be because it wasn't tended to as it should be, things like that. What is his challenge? The World card. The end of one journey, start of another. A resolution, a change coming. His advice, this is Daryl Issa. The advice for him is to buckle up because he's got a bit of a rough journey ahead. And this is a momentum card. Moving on. Moving on. He's got to get himself into calmer waters. It's also a card of moving on. Why? Oh my goodness. Why should he be prepared for a rough journey and moving on and possibly to a new location? That's another meaning for the Six of Wands, Six of Swords card. Is what's he been up to? What has he been up to with that Eight of Swords? What is he? So that's been doing something. He possibly because this could be actions like constraining things. Yeah, where are they supposed to be? Are they supposed to be in China Winter Olympics? Uses. I never really know where the Winter Olympics are until like a couple of months before when they start. Beijing, yeah. Okay. So Daryl Issa, definitely something to do with constrictions. It could be jail, but it could be him constricting things. What's the outcome for him? Oh, it's not good. Not good. The outcome for Daryl Issa is not necessarily very good. Definitely an end. So there's the end of the journey. He's fighting off. And it's a 10, so it's the end of a cycle. He definitely, the challenge for him is to fight off a really painful end to his career by the looks of it. Possible. Is this Eight of Swords? Is this jail? That's the King of Pentacles. That's a yes, and it could be to do with campaign finance. Look at this. Juggling manifestation. Will he go to jail? There's definitely stuff going to be coming out about him, and that's a yes card as well with the Page of Wands. Yeah. Uncover the news. Yes, they are probing it. They are probing it. But unlike especially looking at Jeffrey Clark, yes, they are probing it. That they can't just do things that like the select committees and all that can do, but they are probing it, especially looking at Jeffrey Clark. That's a big one for them. And especially looking at Barr left a lot of stuff behind. I think it's with regard to that, and I think it's sort of like a Hail Mary pass bit of a Hail Mary for him to try and get any possible future charges reduced or stuff. So yes, they are looking at it. They are. But they're not going to come out and say things publicly. They don't do that. So unlike a lot of these select committees, the DOJ keep a lot under their hat, and yeah. So Uncover the News, yes, they are looking. They are looking. Okay, Em, that's okay. Tucker Carlson, has he gone too far? Maybe in legal, is he placing himself in legal jeopardy? That's the other thing. Yeah. And thank you, everyone, for your good wishes and prayers and positive energy. Please keep sending it. It might be a while before this side issue is resolved one way or another. And, yeah, we'd really like it to come down on our side. So, yeah. Well, your super chat, do you have PayPal? If you want to give me something, if you have PayPal, you can do that. Just do it at Footprint Tarot or one word at gmail.com. I'll bring up the banner. For a few minutes anyway. But if you don't stress on it, Laura. You give so much, and Tucker Carlson, has he gone too far? Will there be consequences for this trip? He's not going to get arrested for treason for meeting with a foreign leader. He's not. Or even or taking part in a conference. But so Tucker Carlson, has he gone too far? Has he gone too far? I'm going to use the got a spread here. Just checking. I did just spot some notes on the 8th of Cups with regard to Rebecca Jones and moving forward and leaving the past behind. And I think she's getting a lot of people are going to, you know, she's got a good, very good chance. I'll turn that banner off. Yeah, don't stress if your super chat's not working, that's fine. You know. Punching a horse. I should bloody well think so. Oh, that is just such despicable behaviour. Firstly, because it's an animal and no animal deserves to be treated like that. And also, how much the damage it could do to that horse. Oh my goodness. Oh. Anyway, Tucker Carlson, let's have a look. We'll do a horseshoe. Yeah. They might not require the schools to do it, but it should be left up to the school. Anyway, Tucker Carlson is dangerous, yes. Mongo from Blazing Saddles. Okay. In his past, his past actions have led to a lot of heartbreak. It's not the first time he's betrayed people in his life. There are people in his past who he has hurt deeply. And I'm not just talking about with his misinformation in the last year and a half. I mean, way back. He's never been one you could trust with anything. The present for him, he is on a very, very bad trajectory. A very bad trajectory. Hidden influences at work. Mercenary. Money. This is the Knight of Pentacles, the card of the mercenary. I'll ask a clarifying question on that later. Obstacles that he has to overcome. All of his little tools and everything. It's the magician is the obstacle he has to overcome. Manifestation. He's not going to be able to manifest something good for this. Yeah. His ability to, and it can also represent the start of a new cycle, the magician. So the obstacle he has to overcome is what he's doing now is really bad. And trickery and deception. I think this, I do feel this should be reversed. The trickery, the deception, the lies. All of this is going to come out about him. There's more going to come out about him. He's been a bad actor for a long time. I do feel that I'll ask that question. But go back to the horseshoe spread. Sorry. Accidentally. Wrong spread. Here we go. The attitudes of other people. This guy always has an agenda. And it's not necessarily a good one. That's what other people think about him, and you can't be trusted. with someone who always has a hidden agenda. He's going to need it. He's going to need lots and lots of money because honestly, it wasn't enough for him. Hi, Linda B. What should he do? The world. He should really be prepared, because he should prepare him for the fact that the way he's been living his life is going to end, and he's going to have to start living his life in a whole new way. Is he back yet? The outcome, greedy merchant, but I feel like this should be reversed. Losses of everything. Is he going to lose everything? Oh, yeah, that's a yes. So the Nine of Pentacles was, and I felt like there's no reversals in this deck, but I felt like it should be reversed, losing everything. Is he going to lose everything? Yes. Yeah. Now back to this mercenary card. Has he been paid to influence people in the US by a foreign government? Yes. He's an unregistered agent. Is Tucker Carlson an unregistered agent? Oh, yes. Yes. Hello, my gorgeous girl. You showing everyone your pretty face? You feeling better? Hey? You feeling better? Oh, poor Baba girl. No kiss? You show everyone your pretty face. There we go. Watch your tail. Mummy's got 3 candles burning. Yeah, so let's have a look. Could Tucker Carlson end up in jail? Or he's going to end up with an offer he doesn't want. Going to have to make a decision. Yes, he could. He's been a very naughty boy. You see, the thing is with some trust fund babies, it's never enough. They go through it really, really quickly. Say he has lots of money. He had lots of money. But for some of them, it's never enough. They always want to make sure they'll never run out. So they do things that one of his deputies tried to help the former president. Yep, subvert the results of the elections. That's true. Yeah. She is beautiful. She's my Baba. She is my Baba girl. My gorgeous girl. And my Baba boy, of course, Whitby. Oh, get killed, Billy. You're a wonderful person. A good man. I'm really hopeful to get to Kentucky one day in the future. Don't know when, but if it ever happens. And there's several states I'd like to go to. Yes, Jeffrey Clark. I've got Jeffrey Clark down to read on. Tucker Carlson in big trouble. Things about to change for Tucker Carlson. He had everything. He had an abundance of everything. Oh, but there's abuse. The abuse of his position. People are going to be turning away from him. All this is coming out. The things he's done to back Trump and everything is advice for him. Wake up, because you're going to be judged. His outcome. There's the outcome. All of his schemes and plans are going to come out. Is he going to go to jail? Hell, he's going to be Oh, he's going to be before a judge, and he's really going to feel battle weary. He's wake up because judgment is coming. I think this trip was the biggest mistake he's ever made in his life. Now, of course, this is my opinion only and for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Oh, Melinda Dutra. What was her channel's name again? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. Please, someone remind me. Melinda's YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, it was such a good name too. Meant to write it down. Somebody please remind me of Melinda's YouTube channel because I want to check it out. Oh, what was it? Oh, I'm going to have to go and have a look. But if somebody remembers, please tell me. False teeth tarot. That's it. That's it. Thank you, Em. False teeth. I knew it had something to do with foot teeth. False teeth tarot. Everyone, keep an eye out for it. For Melinda D's channel. She's watching it. Hello, Teeny. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? You a good girl for your dad? Are you listening while you're driving? Well, thank you very much for that, Em. But you be careful. It's lovely that you're listening to me while you're driving, but you be careful, okay? That would be lovely. You can send it to the email of footprinttarot@gmail.com. So, hi, Renee and Renee Rogers. So, Tucker is in deep doo-doo. Josh Hawley. Let's have a look at him. I've been meaning to read on him for a while. What is going to happen? What's his near future like? Let's have a look and do another horse. We'll do a horseshoe on him too. Or will we do we'll do a 6-card cross spread, which has got eventual outcome in his life. Okay. Thunderbird email program now. Keep an eye out for it. Past influences this man has had that still has on his question. Oh, he's a great one for exposing scandal. And he was a shining light in the Republican Party. But they haven't called off the Sturgis rally yet? Everyone's back at school and Sturgis rally. It's in the US. Oh, Joe G, Canadian border opens to US as well. US and Canada border open. Wow. Okay, uncover the news. I've got that question written down. Yeah. So he was he really saw himself as that too. Obstacles in his path. Somebody's going to be, thank you, Karen Anderson. Thank you very much. Somebody is going to be talking about him and his actions. Obstacles in the path of people who, obstacles in your path, influences working in his favour. I'm sorry, I should not be laughing. I should not be showing Schadenfreude, or however it's pronounced. Influences working in this man's favour. Basically, there aren't any. There aren't any. This shouldn't be reversed. Reversed is letting go of the past and moving on. No, there aren't any. The near future for him. Oh, he's got some questions. He's going to be called for to answer for some of his actions. I think that could be the House Committee. The long-term future for this man, it's not good. People are going to be turning away from him. This is Josh Hawley we're talking about. And the eventual outcome for him, chaos. He's going to be facing chaos for quite a lot of years, possibly legal chaos. This legal chaos. Oh, yes. Oh, there's also something about money. And he's going to be feeling really embattled, pretty similar to Tucker Carlson, actually. So things are not looking that great for Josh Hawley. And hi, Karen Anderson, too. Thank you very much for that. He really should have shown restraint. He really should have scratched better part of valor. I think I will not have anything to do with this. That's what he should have done. He should have stood back like a lot of people have done and not done anything or not been vocal. Okay, so that's Josh Hawley. The infrastructure bill. It's advanced, which is great, and there's no need for a filibuster, which is great. That means it just has to go get a majority vote, doesn't it? Will it pass? Without the need for a filibuster, then it just has to get... Oh, thank you, Laura. I'm glad. Thank you, Laura Carlson. You're one of my... It's just amazing every time, and thank you. I really do appreciate it. The infrastructure bill. I might use a different deck. I've used this one for a few readings now. So Kansas City is one of the places I'd love to see. It's famous for its Mediterranean architecture, isn't it? One of my favourite authors. She sets most of her books in Kansas City. And, yeah. Good. Yes. The Hong Kong resident. I don't know. I meant to have a look at that story, so I'll read. I'll look up some more of that on and come back to it. I'm going to start doing Tuesday nights again, which is Tuesday mornings your time. It'll probably be about 8 o'clock. That I come on and go to about 10. I used to go on at 9 but I'd end up finishing at 11, and then sometimes it'd be really late when I got to bed. Meanwhile, last time I stayed up with James and we watched a creature feature afterwards, and it was still 1 o'clock when we got to bed. But, love 1950s creature features. What was it we watched? Monster from Green Hell, I think it was. And then the other day we watched The Killer Shrews. It was so funny. Oh, my goodness me. Had to go around twice before finding a parking spot. Gearing up for an extension on the lockdown. Okay, the infrastructure bill. Will it pass? Yes, I think they've done enough. That it's at least the new modified one. Yes, it's going to be close, but I do think it will pass. Let's hope I'm right. I've gotten yes, and abundance in the future, and we've got the judgment card, we've got the star card, we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is really I can never remember. That's a no card, but that's the only no card. So of course, but everything else is yes. So it is going to be close, I think, but it might not be. I think after all the work, it's like 67. So that means 17 Republicans voted to advance it. So I think it's probably got, I do think it's going to pass. New lockdown. I'm going to read on that. Uncover the news. New lockdowns in US and Canada. I've got a yes going through my mind. So yeah, going through my head. But I will do a reading on that. Okay. I mean, with 67 people, with 17 Senate Republicans voting to advance it, I mean, it only needs a majority vote, doesn't it? And I do think it'll get through. Human rights bill. That's always a hard one, that one. Yeah. I came across a show. I've only watched a couple of episodes so far. From the 80s, it looks like it might be from, or the early 90s. But I do think it's the 80s. It's called North of 60. So Canadians might be familiar with it. And another show I've come across, which I've only watched a couple of episodes and I've been meaning to get back to, is Da Vinci's Inquest. So both really good shows. So. Yeah. Will it pass? Yeah. Human infrastructure. That's what it was. Human infrastructure building. Will that pass? Oh, bit of a fight with that. bit of a fight, but I've got the 9 of Wands, so it's going to be a battle. I've got 5 of coins, which is a no, out in the cold, but I do have a 4 of Wands, minor celebrations and homes. The Queen of Wands, that's a yes. The 4 of Pentacles is a no, so there's definitely 5 of Wands is a no. There's definitely some people who don't want it to pass. They don't think that people deserve care. You know, they don't think that people deserve help, financial help. I do think it will eventually, but it's going to take time. You've got the Magician, which is the last card, which is a good one for it. Assessment, maybe. It might have to go through a couple of changes, but eventually it is going to get passed. But, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a battle. It's still going to take a while. Oh, interesting question, Uncover the News. If you do have a question, can you put it in all caps, capitals? But that doesn't mean I won't see your question. It just makes it easier. Cardaman's putting the dog in the cat's bed. Night, babies. Mwah. Okay, Biden. Force lockdowns on Texas and Florida. Will governors ignore federal orders? That could cause a constitutional crisis, couldn't it? I think he'd be reluctant to do that. Ah, Nai Teeny and Marcy. They get their songs and treats before bed. That is so sweet. I keep saying we've got this lovely several cup furnace thing. I should just make a coffee in that, so I don't have to keep disturbing James for coffee. In fact, I think I'll. That is so sweet. Okay, so infrastructure. Raising the debt ceiling. Will they raise the debt ceiling? Will the debt ceiling be raised? As you said, Biden can bypass it, so. People are going to try and stop it, but manifestations. The Magician, that could be Biden. A change, yep. Justice, he'll be justified in doing it. He'll have support in doing it. Yeah, I think he might do it. If the Senate won't, the House and the Senate won't, you know, he'll be justified in doing that, and he probably will. $1 trillion coin. I'd love to see the look of that, what that looks like. Hey, sweetie. Yeah. But I'll ask you to do something a bit different this time so I don't have to bother you again.
Oh,
You see the soup thermos there, right there?
oh,
It's right there in front of you.
this one.
No, the soup one, the other one, the big one. The one we took with us the other day. It's right there, bub. I'm pointing right at it. Yeah. It needed a good rinse out, but could you make
it? Coffee in this?
Yeah.
That's a lot of coffee.
Okay. Well, I might not drink it all, but just with milk in it rather than the cream. So, yeah.
All right.
But it need a bit of a rinse out because it's got
to.
I think it might have a tea bag in it. Hi. No, I already wanted one. I'll just keep pouring it into this cup. So.
Oh, you've got a mug?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Without winning an
I
election.
can't do wrong.
Will that happen? Will there be an attempt in 2024 to take power without winning an election?
Oh.
Will that happen?
Their hand. No, got it. Oh, dear.
Thank you, my darling.
Oh,
I've got to remember. I've got to remember to make one of those up for myself before every session. Then I don't have to keep bothering you.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Oh, did you speak to Dennis about a Skype session?
Oh, I mentioned it, and he said, I don't know, yeah, great idea, but you have to talk to him, basically.
All right, I will.
To,
set it up. You're pretty good with any time, really?
Oh, yeah, pretty much. You know, he's out with Robert today.
Yeah.
Sunday. But, yeah, pretty much.
Might do it tomorrow or something. That's just a friend of his. They can't get together.
He Skypes a bit to his brother in the US.
Oh, yeah, he's well used to Skype. So.
His brother in the US.
Yeah. I have him set up on this with Skype, so it won't be a problem.
Just a bit of modelling.
I know I got to speak to my brother face to face the other day using WhatsApp, and it was so lovely to see his face. I was bawling my eyes out because they live on the other side of the country. All of my immediate family, my sisters, my brother, my mum, they all live in Queensland. The rest of my families live in the Wollongong area and in Melbourne. I live over here, so it can get a bit lonely sometimes, and just being able to see those guys face to face is amazing.
Too,
yeah, I know they move around, but none of them are moving over here. God damn it!
Bad place to be in.
Well, no, it's not. Yeah.
Problem is you can't move where your family are because they move around up and down the East Coast.
Yeah, I was thinking Illawarra.
I stand here.
That's just because you're from here. You sand groper. A sand groper is slang for someone from Western Australia.
Yeah. Built our house here, you know.
Victorians are Mexicans because they're south of the border. New South Wales.
What's the matter, baby?
Yes, we're planning to.
Oh. Water, yeah, food. What's the matter, baby? Yeah.
Anyway, what's next? I've done raising the debt ceiling. That could happen. Might be a bit of a battle, but he might just, bypass them. Will he bypass it? Will Biden bypass it and go to the Treasury? Well, he's thinking about it. There's momentum towards that idea, but I think there might be a bit of a pause. He's going to give them a chance first, I think, to do it. And then he will. Okay. Now, the other thing was if the GOP win in 2024, will they invade Canada to liberate them from socialism? You do not want to go to war with the UK and Australia. Okay. Firstly, the question was, will there be an attempt to take power if they don't win in 2024? Okay. No, that's not going to happen. Biden's going to get in. It's a big flat no, that won't happen. Biden will be back in. Surprised that he'll run again. It won't happen. That doesn't mean they won't try. Might come close to it, and America might be feeling a little bit embattled, but yeah, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, and people are not going to be able to escape the consequences of their actions if they do try that. But that question, if the GOP won in 2024, socialism. Don't have a socialist government. You have the Westminster system, same as we do.
Oh dear.
Joni Ernst, senator from Ohio. Is she a GOP, Joni Ernst? I think she is, isn't she? Put it on the list. If I run out of time, anything I don't get onto today, I will look at Tuesday night. From Iowa. I know she's a Republican, isn't she? He'll move to Canada. Yes, he will. And then Harris will take over. Yes. This is a training period for Harris. I think Biden will win, and will the GOP invade Canada if they win in 2024? They can't be that stupid, would they? Oh, they'll try, but they'll be disappointed. No. If they tried that, honestly, they won't be able to. They won't. I mean, even if there's a Republican president, they won't have the House, they won't have the Senate, they won't be able to do down. Canada is right. The last time the US invaded Canada, Canada burned down the White House because of British troops, of course. Yeah. But no, they won't do that. That won't happen. Yeah, I know. Yeah. She bragged. Oh, yeah, that's her, is it? Well, you know. Voting rights bill. Will it be passed before? Will it be passed by summer 2022? Will it be passed by summer 2022? I'm getting yes.
Your cat don't works it out.
She should have food and water.
She's got food and water. She
might want
cat
some wet
treats.
food, Bubby.
Oh?
She might want some wet food. I think there's a couple of them on her little food table there. She has a table all for food. Well, it's got some other stuff on it, but yeah. But it is going to be a bit of a battle, but it is going to get there. And you know what? I see the courts here. I see the courts here. Oh, Alabama. They cheer the low vaccination rate. Snarf up all the chow. Well, you saw the picture I showed of Whitby the other day with his head stuck in a bag of cat treats. Hi to everyone who's watching and not in the chat, and hi to everyone who has has chosen to click on the video. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And watching later, I do appreciate that. You want to know if she was involved in 1/6, Dorothy Mayer? Hello and welcome. Was she involved in 1/6?
Yeah, I'm looking cameo. Where'd you say the wet ones are from?
Oh, there's a couple on her table there.
Try that. But yeah, it's like,
No, it's already in the little container there, see? You just split it in half and open it. Yeah.
These two serves, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Oh my goodness, coming up on the 20th anniversary of 9/11. 20 years ago today, the best known daily intelligence item in history, the article Bin Laden is determined to strike, appeared in George W. Bush's presidential daily brief. Oh my God.
You got that one right, though. Just wanted wet treats.
Thank you.
No worries. I'm having a baby suffering.
Was Jodie Ernst involved in 1/6? I'm getting no, not really. She was aware of it. A lot of them were aware that all these whisperings and just chose to ignore it because she was hoping it would work. Active planning, no, but she was aware of the attempt. In that, if she was involved in that way of. What do they call it? What do they call it, Bub, when you're aware of something but you don't say something? Complicit, not complicity.
Certainly is a lot of coffee. Be careful.
No, she not active, but she certainly didn't do anything to stop it. So in that way, she was involved.
She knew it was happening.
I think a lot of the
So what you're saying?
Republicans, I think a lot of the Republicans knew that it was, they'd heard chatter and talk and didn't do or say anything. They weren't actively involved in the planning or things. I think there's a lot who weren't. There's also some who were like,
Okay.
no clue was given, because they were like, they would have stood up and done something to stop it. So,
Oh, now we're getting in on it.
well, you better say hello. He can hear you.
Oh.
Oh, look at this steam coming out. Oh, you are a beautiful man.
Hey, buddy. Look, stay out of them cat feet. You're a dog. Come on. Okay, come on. Sit.
He's my
Let's go.
sidekick.
There you go.
Yes, they did a Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing. There were some who genuinely did not know, had no clue, but who were concerned, just or uneasy, I think. But yeah, Kinzinger and Cheney, they would have kept anything about 1/6 away from them, because they would have acted to stop it. Who's your rep, Renee Rogers? Jimmy Generic, hello. Deborah Costro, hello. Sherry Bryant, hello. Oh, will the voting rights bill be closer to pass summer 2022? Did I do that? I'll do it again. I've got a big no card with the death card here, but a lot of yes cards, another no card with the again. I think there's a good chance it could come about and bring an end to some of the shenanigans. But you know what? Even if it doesn't, I think the Republicans are severely miscalculating the base. It's one thing to, they're going too far, and I think they're miscalculating a lot of the Republican base. I think. Will there be in 2020 elections in those Republican states who are putting in these voting suppression laws, will there be, what do they call it? Cross-party voting, where they cross and they vote for another party? Will there be a lot of Republicans voting Democrats? Because that's what happened with the presidential election. He didn't win because a lot of Republicans, they voted Republican down the ticket, but not for him. Not for him. It's not just gerrymandering and crossover voting. Yeah. Will there be a lot of crossover voting with the Republicans? The star, that's a yes. The devil, mistake. They can see what's happening. It'll be a real surprise to Republicans. They don't want, because they realise that their vote is for some of them, their votes are going to be suppressed as well because they're in an area that doesn't really matter to their Republican representatives because it's not packed with Republicans, but there's still Republicans there. I think there's some justification to think there might be some restraint. They're going to bring back some balance here. Lies, and the Republicans, they're going to pay. They feel like they've been lied to and deceived. It's not just that. It's before now. Before then, there's going to be, unfortunately, a lot more losses. They feel like they've been gaslighted and lied to about COVID and vaccines as well. And they're going to be really, really cautious. They don't really trust the present crop of Republicans. And there's going to be more coming out. I think there's going to be a lot of crossover voting. Not just with the federal senators' races, but also the state, county races, all sorts of things. State Senate and reps as well. There was the temperance card in there. It's going to become more balanced. Hi, Judy Malley. I don't know. You know, they're grassroots Republican. You may not agree with a lot of their policies, but and honestly, this 75% of Republicans want Trump. That's bullshit. That is total bullshit. Those polls are not ethically done. Jeffrey Clark, will he be disbarred? Yeah, this is what I need. It's a thermo cafe. It's designed, you can put soup in it and stuff. And we take it, if we go for a drive, we fill it up with tea and go for a drive. You know, you see it, there's 35% Republican voting base, but of them, 75% want Trump. No, that's wrong. I think if an analysis was done of the people who were polled, and you'll find that and how they were selected, there's definitely vaccinated mask customers. Really? A Missouri taxi company refuses vaccinated and masked customers. Will that taxi company lose its license? Quite possibly. They're in trouble. Anyway, let's have a look at Jeffrey Clark. Is he going to end up being disbarred? Hi, Karen Anderson. Jeffrey Clark, is he going to be disbarred? Oh, he could lose his license. Jeffrey Clark. Is he going to be disbarred? 4 of Wands, that's a yes. 7 of Swords, while that's technically a no, it's also not being able to escape the consequences, the legal consequences of your actions as well. Temperance, yes, he should have restrained. Should have restrained. He should have known what he was doing was wrong and not done it. The Sun, yes. King of Cups, yes. And that is also the consequences of trying to unseat Biden. Oh, lies and deception. So much stuff is going to come out about this man. Basically, he should never have been given a license to practice law in the first place. So much stuff. And big. This is a major arcana, and he's got 3 major arcanas here, so big time. Oh, it's abuse of power. Justice, yes. Page of Pentacles, mercenary. Abusing his position. He's going to be disbarred. And he's going to face legal consequences as well. Yeah, end of one journey. Start a resolution here, there. Change for him. Just with justice. 3 of Cups, lots of support for the move too. Oh yeah, for his support. He's in big heap of trouble. Sorry. Big heap of trouble. What the hell? I do apologise. Big heap of trouble. A cartload. That's like right out of F-Troop. Come on. Actually, heapum was also used over here when people talking to our Indigenous people. That's why they use the word heapum for lots. So sorry. Apologies for using it so ridiculous and outdated. I even lowered my voice. He's in a pile of Hershey Kisses. How's that? Winter Olympics. Will it be called off or boycotted? Delayed. Will they delay the Winter Olympics? China, probably not. Maybe. Then no. We've got the Hermit. They should be cautionary. They should, through caution. And they're assessing it, but then we've got the 10 of Swords for no. Thank you. And again, I know I have a lot of people who watch who have native ancestry and things like that. And it's just go back to being juvenile. Oh, yeah. 4 of Pentacles. They're going to hang on to it. They might delay it. Yeah, it looks like they might. They're going to try not to, but it looks like they might. If it isn't delayed, I mean, Tokyo, for one thing, it's shown that, yes, you can hold these events with relative safety. One plane load of Australian athletes were misbehaved quite badly on the trip home early on, towards the halfway point or something. And apparently a lot of Australians who are stuck in Tokyo have put their hands up to chaperone the athletes flying home and go into quarantine with them in where they're being held in quarantine up in the Northern Territory. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Marie Sutton. Oh, let's see. Will they be boycotted if they're not delayed? Some people are thinking about it, but I do think they're going to be delayed. I think there's a possibility they'll delay it. Some countries might boycott them, yeah, especially in the light of what's come out in the last couple of years with regard to the treatment of their Muslim population. It wouldn't bother me if they did boycott it. I love watching it, but there is a chance it could be boycotted by a lot of countries. Like some countries, yes. I am feeling better. I've been doing some meditations and stuff. It's just, when you have something going on the side, I can't talk about it, I'm sorry. But you really want we really want a positive result with this side issue. And so if you can send some positive yeah. Leonard Skinner guitarist positive COVID test cancelled show. Aren't Leonard Skinner dead? Or is it a new Leonard Skinner? Aren't they dead? You'd be testing for a hell of a lot more than COVID. Perhaps my husband is right. COVID is the zombie apocalypse come back. Sorry, but I thought Leonard Skinner all died in a plane crash. Thank you, Georgie. Yeah, we just want a positive result. Hi, Linda B. Thank you for the update. Keep strong, keep the faith, and thank you for the offer as well. Yeah, oh, you did. I take it they're a new form of Leonard Skinner. Yeah. COVID, school, when school starts, will there be surges? And the Sturgis rally, we'll have a look at the Sturgis rally. Oh, yeah. I don't understand the obsession with the word woke. They're using it or not using it, or even what it really means. And because of that, I'm not prepared to. I don't quite get it. But that, just because I don't quite get it doesn't mean I'm going to attack it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, thank you so much. That's lovely, Marie Sutton. Yeah, so I don't quite get woke. To me, woke is past tense. He woke up. So having woken up, perhaps, but I don't quite get the obsession with it and stuff with the word and people using it. So I'm not going to. Has Trump been a government snitch for 30 years? Wow. Interesting. Glenn Kirshner. Maybe Trump's been a government snitch for 30 years. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. And then I'll do Sturgis, promise. Oh, squirrel! Your love and support is so important to me, and it really does help on tough days and things like that. So thank you. We all get tough days, and the support that you guys show each other is amazing. And yeah. Okay. Let's see. Has he been a government snitch for 30 years? Oh, yes. Yes, and it might come out. Yes, but which government? Yeah, yes, and it could come out. Yeah, I've got not one no card and 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas that are all yes cards or maybe cards, a maybe card and 3 yeses. Whoa. Oh. Consequences for his actions, strategies and consequences and prosecution. Now, was it Meldor that I was watching yesterday? Is Trump going to try and flee? He's been seeing Trump on a plane escaping the country. Whoa. Oh, well, yeah. Protect football authorities from breakaway leagues. And, you know, I don't get stock. I mean, I'm happy to people who support the game and their teams win. You know, I find it a bit boring. But anyone who achieves the pinnacle of their game, even if I get the game or not, you know, I can really appreciate the hard work and athleticism. Like, I don't get AFL over here. Sorry, Em, I just don't get it. I grew up, I'm an NRL baby. I just don't get AFL. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate the athleticism, you know, the excitement. I just don't get the game, which is Australian Football League, which is Harry or Big Bong. I might lose Em. Em might go, what? And hit the unsubscribe button. I hope not, Em. Please don't. Wins gold in the women's sprint at Tokyo. So Yay! Congratulations. COVID, Sturgis, it's going to be a super spreader event. Got the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, the Emperor, Knight of Swords, chaos coming out of it, justice. Yes. Oh, yeah. There's going to be anxiety coming out of it, even though, like, there's 3 no cards there. Yes, it is. I do feel that there's going to be groups of people, clusters of people. Yeah, it's the fears about it are justified, and the fears and the anxiety about it being a super spreader are justified, and there's going to be clusters popping up, and it's going to happen very quickly because we've got the 2 fastest momentum cards. We've got the Chariot and we've got the 8 of Wands. We've got the Empress, the need for care and abundance as well. Sturgis is a super spreader. I'm sorry to have to tell you that. Schools. Schools. Ah, thank you, Em. Em saying, please give Chrissy's channel the thumbs up, even though I've derided AFL. I just don't get the game, darling. I can't follow it. It's just so confusing to me. I appreciate the athleticism and the devotion and the hard work that any athlete puts into any of their chosen sports, even if I just really don't get it. But yeah, I'm an NRL baby. Yeah. Don't really follow the footy. Well, I do. NRL, I do, yeah. And NFL. Got to remember to set my video recorder to record because the game start at like 1 o'clock on a Monday morning. So I try to record them and watch them. Yes, but you don't. Yeah, you get the speed in AFL, but you don't get the thump of the ground as a 170 kilogram, 6'3" giant of a man. Just bang, the thump of bodies going together. Seismometers react all over the place when an NRL game is on. Yeah, thump of 2 giant bodies coming together. But I have to admit, the NRL style mark has been coming in to the game a bit, and it does add a little bit of excitement. I'm getting used to it. At first I'm like, what? But yeah, but now I'm getting used to seeing them jump up for the ball, which they never really used to do. But when it's like for a kick, but it wasn't unknown, but it wasn't common either. Now it's quite common, and does add a little bit. Yes, topping up the coffee. It's a big cup I got there, so. Puts you right to sleep. Oh. you think that about NFL? Why don't you put up Australian Rugby League, National Rugby League, Australia? Hang on a minute. Barely disguised warfare. Hang on a minute here. Let's have a look here. Okay, YouTube. NRL. Biggest fights. Match highlights. Roosters versus Panthers. Round 21, 2020. Posted 17 hours ago. Okay.
I was making so much money with DoorDash. I wanted to earn money in my...
Who do I follow? I follow the St. George Illawarra Dragons and South Sydney. St. George Illawarra for myself, South's for my dad, who passed back in 2008. And don't worry about the pink jerseys. NRL has they have a lot of rounds to celebrate different things. And one of them is for breast cancer. And a little bit of NRL. Got some match highlights there. When they do that, blow the whistle and do that, that means the guy scored a try. This game is the Panthers are in the pink. Penrith Panthers are in the pink, and what they call them the tricolours, which is the red, white and blue for eastern suburbs. Yes, as far as I know, Russell Crowe does still own the Rabbitohs. Yes, that's South Sydney who I support. So that's the match highlights. Big head clashes and match highlights from the Warriors versus the Sharks. Okay, the Sharks are in the blue here, and the Warriors are the new team from New Zealand. So we do have a team from New Zealand that plays in the NRL. So we'll put that up too. So the ones in the dark blue are the Warriors from New Zealand, and the ones in the light blue are the Sharks from a suburb called Cronulla, which is also known as the Shire. So if you guys want to have a look at the game that I follow, you can watch a couple of match highlights. Oh, does he? Well, they're not high on my support list, so because honestly, Cronulla was where there were several years ago now, there were a whole heap of really, really bad racially motivated riots, and yeah, there's some not very nice people there. Might have been Dave Johnson who saw Trump trying to skip the country. So anyway, my darlings, that's that. Yeah, for entertainment purposes only. These are NRL official ones, so you know, Mm. Anyway, now back to the readings, my darlings. Back to the readings. School. Hi, Angie. Angie, how are you? Thank you for coming back and joining. Yeah, have a gander at them. And that is rugby league. So it's the National Rugby League competition. The Warriors are from New Zealand. They're New Zealand team. And yeah. So we actually way back when they still had a show on called the Mike Walsh Show. It was in the 80s, I think. They had some NFL players had come over for a visit for a game, a demonstration game or something, and they said they went to some NRL matches and they said, "Stop that," for want of better words. They could not believe that these guys played without helmets and padding. And that does not mean that the NFL players are wimps by any means. I've seen the clashes. Okay, schools. Schools, will there be more cases in schools? Oh dear. I'm getting a big yes on that. In fact, there might be some school districts that pause. It's really going to go school district by school district, this thing, on what happens. But there is going to, there's going to reach a tipping point where they have to say no. At one point, we had one young lad, he was like 7 or 8, over here in Western Australia. And his view was, is your mum and dad have to work because they're essential workers, like doctors, nurses, food people, all that sort of stuff. The school, you should go to the schools and the teachers will look after you during the day. But if you have a parent at home or your parent don't have to work or can't work, you should do your school at home using the computer. And I actually really 100% believe that if you've got a parent at home, you should do your schooling at home. But if you are an essential worker, especially if both parents are essential workers, which is quite often the case, they should they should be able to go to the schools, be socially distanced, wear masks, whatever needs to be done, and supported so that they know that their kids are in school, they're being looked after, they're in a safe place, and they can do their jobs. And that if you can be at home, if you have a parent at home, you should do school at home. It might be a mix. I do feel, but yeah, there's going to be cases of it's going to be a bit chaotic for a while, and it's going to be really emotional. We've got overflowing emotions with the Ace of Cups. We've got tipping points with the Two of Swords. We've got hanging on, insecurity. I think a lot of people, maybe small groups. They might even have something called maybe hubs or something where You know, like the small schools they used to have. They might even open up some maybe hubs would be a good idea to help, where, you know, a teacher who's got training in both, you know, an elementary hub school and a high school hub, where they can have a limited number of people and stuff. Just demountable buildings that can be set up in parks, like within, you know, certain distances or stuff like that. I don't know. They should give parents an option, you know, where, you know, that could be a solution. Biden, will Biden force a lockdown for Texas? And I don't think so. I don't think he feels that would be a wise thing to do, because ignoring federal orders. But and he's not one to punish the people of a state by withholding funding and all that. That's what the governors do. Yeah, cups. I don't think he feels that would be the best thing to do. I do feel him taking away the disbursement of Social Security from governors who refuse to pay it, and just directly bypass them. I do feel that there's some things there. He won't punish the people, but I do feel he's going to get to a point where he's looking at how he can bypass the governors directly to institute some things, and there's nothing they can do about it. But it's not going to be forced lockdown. Maybe talking to counties, city officials directly. Increasing funding directly to city officials so they can help with lockdowns. He won't force lockdowns because A, that would cost votes, but B, he doesn't feel he feels like that would be an abuse of power, but he's definitely looking at ways to work around them. Those governors they're in for a mighty downfall, a mighty downfall. Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to stay out of it, but there are things he can do and he will do to bypass them on some things. Hi, J Cat Lady. You popped in earlier, I think, didn't you? You're a linebacker. You're huge then. Wow. Okay, Jodie Erst. Let's have a look at her. do a horseshoe spread on her. And thank you. Thank you very much. The past. Oh, she has painted herself into a corner with past actions. This is the part. This is a cautionary card as well. It doesn't necessarily mean going to jail, but it can mean painting yourself into a corner with your actions. The present. She feels like she's had a minor win. She feels like she's had a win, so she's feeling pretty good and celebratory about something. Hidden influences at work. Temperance. Restraints, temperance. I do feel there's something. This could be about her knowledge. She didn't try to restrain things. I do feel like there's stuff going to come out. That's going to balance things. Obstacles for her to overcome. Ooh, debate and possibly abuse. Debate. Fighting. She's going to have to get up there and do a lot of speaking and a lot of talking. Temperance. Fighting. She's really infighting, I think, even. The attitudes of people. She's a luxury-loving queen who's only in it for what she can get. This is Joni Erst we're talking about. What should she do? Be prepared to make a deal. Interesting. Or be prepared for news of a deal to come out. What is the outcome for her? Consequences. Ships coming in. Good or bad consequences. See, consequences for her actions is the outcome. But are they good or bad? Is she in trouble? What's on the base? Donors. Opportunities for money. Consequences. Tipping point. Two of Swords. Consequences for vital decisions she's made and not necessarily good ones. What sort of a deal should she make? Ooh. She should make a deal and she should do it quickly because things are going to be coming out at her very quickly. What's more on this outcome? The end of one journey and the start of another. She might have a bit of a shaky future ahead of her. Oh, good on her. Good on her. How old is she now? I saw that the other day. Didn't you post that the other day too? That his daughter was. You're seeing so many videos of people who have been anti-vaccine coming on and they're sitting next to someone who's dying, like a loved one, or they're dying themselves, and they're saying, no, please get it. Get the vaccine. Okay, now we're through the questions that have been written down. So still got some time left. Who's got a question? Any questions, guys? I've got 3 lovely candles going. It's in a set. And this one, they're all different. They're called Midnight Jungle, the set, that one. Lovely containers. I've got a lot of these containers which I'll have to clear out, and that one, and I can put all sorts of things in them, or even make new candles themselves. No, don't want to. I got Kawaima. I did a reading on him the other day, but there was a question. I saw a news feed that said they're looking at the groping charges. Is he going to face groping charges? Taliban. Oh, might have a look at the situation with the Taliban as well. Is he going to face groping charges? 10 of Wands. Well, it's certainly going to be a burden for him. Possibly not. Judgment. He's got the Death card, which is no. But then Judgment. Now, I don't just stop at 3 cards, as you know. I do 9, sometimes up to 12. So we've got the 10 of Wands. It's definitely an uphill battle for him. The Death card. Now, that's basically the death of his career. As you know. And what happened to Ernst? Oh, she's in for a tough time. Clarence. Hi, Clarence. Judgment. He's definitely going to be facing Judgment. King of Wands. 3 of Wands. Consequences for his actions. King of Wands. Like a chief investigator, possibly an AG. The Empress. Women in this case. King of Swords, that's the prosecutor. Yeah, I think he could be facing prosecution on groping charges. This is consequences of legal consequences of his actions that he just cannot avoid. The 7 of Swords. Ace of Cups, overwhelming emotion. It's going to be good news for a lot of people. Even if that's the worst he did physically, it's still not off, because even doing that physically, I've been groped and it is horrible. And if you've done it more than once to some, I mean, the effect of it is, the psychological damage. I mean, it's nasty. I was groped by a boss once, and yeah, and you don't feel it. You feel powerless, and it's horrible. So. Oh, the New South Wales police are fearing an escalation of gang war after a man was linked to the Alamedine family. Like New South Wales needs more. Alamedine family shot dead. Oh, will there be an escalation of gang war in New South Wales? Will there be? Oh, it's going to be a very nasty time. The devil. Oh, Judgment. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. This is this gang war thing. I just thought I'd read on it. Oh, yes. I think there might be an escalation here. 4 of Swords. Retirement and people. This is this way, which is not good. I don't generally have Three of Swords, heartbreak. Oh, there's going to be trouble here. They're going to have to put special resources on it in a hope to settle things down. Oh, yeah. I think they're going to end up having to put a task force on it. There's definitely, yeah, Three of Queens. That's the groups, that's the gangs supporting each other, supporting their gangs. This is the Tower. Oh, could be an escalation in a gang war. Yep, in New South Wales. Yeah, we have them over here too. We have them here in Western Australia. We've got bikies, big problem over in the east. It's not. Of course, there's bikies, but there's other criminal families as well, and all that. Oh, that's a shame. 41. That's not. What was I reading on Clarence? Well, I saw a news headline that in New South Wales over here that a gang member or someone linked to a crime family over here in Australia has been killed, basically assassinated, shot. And there's a fear that it's going to escalate a gang war. And I just did a reading on that, and yeah. Will Cuomo resign? Let's have a look. I think there's growing pressure on him too. Last I read, he wasn't going to. And he's certainly not going to get the Democratic nod. Will Cuomo resign? If he resigns, the Lieutenant Governor will take his place. Maybe. It's a Page of Cups, which is surprising, emotional news. The momentum is building for him to resign. Two of Swords, making that critical decision. Aren't these beautiful cards? Two of Swords, the Chariot. End of his career. There's that death card again. Justice. Yeah, I think the world, end of one journey. I think he's getting towards the Three of Swords, making that decision. He probably, it looks like he might resign. Up until now, he's very anxious. Nine of Cups, Three of Swords, the world. Justice. Two nines. Oh, it's cold. It's cold. I'll probably have to just nick over for a minute and turn on the little heater we have that heats the room. Legal documents and contracts. Yeah, with two nines. You know what? I think the pressure is mounting for him to resign. And I think he had no intention of, but I think over the last few days, it's been getting more and more, and it's getting to a point where he might have to. Bye, Laura Carlson. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support. Britney Spears. Okay, the devil's mother, hey? Well, pee off. Can somebody please take care of the devil's mother? Any demons I have from human frailty, not from anything else. So, pee off. Can somebody please, one of my mods, please block I am a devil's mother? I'm just going to turn that heater on, okay? Thanks, guys. Hopefully that will. I'll put a little extra covering over my. What is it? Turn my notification off as well. Hang on a minute. I'm all over the place as usual. Oh, I love that you guys are so patient with me and my shenanigans. I don't know. Maybe some of the people who watch me later watch for comic relief. I don't know. It'd be fine if you did. Thank you. Thank you very much, Renee Rogers. School in Texas, absolutely. Just give me a minute here. I have some notifications and I got a picture of Teeny. Oh, Geek. Aren't you both gorgeous? Geek, you are absolutely the most gorgeous man. I'm totally in love with Teeny. A little bit of a crush on you too. Oh, thank you, Geek. Thank you very much for that picture. And oh, what a little cutie. What a little cutie. Oh, Geek, thank you. Thank you for that. Clear on. Yeah. I can show it if I want. Oh. Okay, I'll show it on my phone. You know, change it to print. See if I can get it. Here is Geek. Here is Geek Hillbilly and Teeny. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. DHS issues an advisory about potential violence stemming from the Trump reinstatement. Oh, let's have a look at that. I have to use a different deck because I put cards in upside down, not reversed, but like literally face up. It should be face down. So I have to get a different deck out. This one. Okay. Is there going to be violence stemming from the Trump reinstatement? More violence stemming from the Trump reinstatement. Is there going to be violence associated with the Trump reinstatement conspiracy? Big hugs back to you, Clarence. Yeah, it's feeling a bit better. I feel a bit warmer now with this scarf covering my shoulders and my arms, and the air's heating up a bit. Ah, darling, it stopped traffic. You're so gorgeous, geek. Oh, there's certainly a lot of energy around it. There's certainly a lot of energy around this, this conspiracy theory. Hi to everyone who's watching, who's not in the chat. Oh, yes, definitely. Republicans, there's those members of the Republican Party who are stirring it up as well and supporting it. I just got going through my head, there's going to be going through my head was the comment, there's going to be Republicans turning up for it and they'll be expelled. So I don't know. Republicans expelled. I mean, it would take a 2/3 vote to expel any member of the House or the Senate. Interesting. He just turned 1 this month. Gorgeous. Restraint. Caution. There needs to be caution and restraint shown over the next few months. And this could also be some nut jobs coming out of hiding. I just got a picture of another person carrying pipe bombs. It was like exactly the same picture as was shown, but like on repeat. I hope that's wrong. Surprising news, emotional instability, very young, emotionally immature. I mean, someone can be very old and still emotionally immature. They don't have the emotional maturity. There's definitely people making strategies and plans for such things, and some of them are Republican members. The rule of law and stability will stand, so they will be able to cope, but they're not going to do what they want, which is to destabilize things. But the US is heading into a period of impactful happenings, possibly violence around the place. Lots of planning, lots of details. Yeah, abuse. Turning their backs on people. Some of the people who were involved in 1/6 will be involved here. There are going to be consequences. There are going to be consequences. I think various areas, it's going to feel like the American people are going to start feeling a little bit embattled It's going to be a rough few months. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some trouble. But will be handled. People will be facing justice over it. Small groups. There's three core groups. Oh, yeah, that is not a good combination to get. And I'm not just talking about Washington either. I'm talking about some of the state capitals that are like Democrat and stuff. Could be, I've always felt like some of the state capitals could be targeted as well. Funding and the Queen has resources. Yeah. Oh, you're so sweet. How about I leave James and come over and marry you, geek? Do you like that? No, I couldn't leave James. I couldn't. No, he'd have to come with us. Oh. Oh, Linda B's just spent photo of her granddaughter. Oh, she's lovely, Linda B. She's lovely. Oh. I do feel that as she gets a bit older, and you've got another dog there too, haven't you? And as she gets a bit older, she's still pretty young. So she will, I do think that Teeny will has some improvement in her separation anxiety as she gets a bit older. And yeah. So let's hope I'm wrong about that. Are there going to be Republicans? Are there going to be some Republicans expelled from the House and the Senate? We'll have a look at the House first. Will there be some Republicans either forced to resign or go forced to resign? I cannot see them being expelled because trying to get 2/3. But will some Republicans have to resign in the House over the violence? Yes. Well, there's the Four of Swords, which is a maybe, and a retirement. Hi, Shelby Lisa. Yes. The Ten of Pentacles, the end of a cycle for some of them. Money. Investigations. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, having to take that step in your new life. Be out in the cold. Ended their careers. There might be some who will momentum as more comes out. Despite distractions about their role in the, and especially any links to what might happen in the future. There's momentum is building for some of them to resign. And Matt Gaetz is going to get run out of Washington. I saw that a couple of years ago, one of my early readings, actually, my early videotaped readings. I did a reading on him and I saw it then. It's like almost 2 years ago now. So he was going to get run out of Washington. And I do feel like that might be coming sooner rather than later. Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz resigning. Is Matt Gaetz going to have to resign? Yeah, that happened last November too, didn't it, with you? When you were called out of retirement because they were called to help with other things, weren't they? Your local sheriff's department. Oh, she's going. Let's see. We'll do a list. Matt Gaetz. I'll do 5 cards on each. Is he going to be forced to resign? Is he going to resign? Stuff coming out on him. Very strong case that's undermining him. They have everything they need. They're ready to go. Deals, quid pro quos. He might be facing indictment soon. His future is murky. But if he's going to be forced to resign, there's all of these are yeses or maybes. Is he going to be indicted soon? He's on very thin ice, and the 10 of Swords, a very painful end. Could be indicted soon. He might have to resign. Is he going to have to resign? Yes or no? Out in the cold. Is he going to pause? Change. He doesn't want to, but he might have to change his mind. I wish I could tell you that the heartbreak and the scariness is going to be over soon. Renee, Rogers and Karen, I can't. There's still more trouble ahead. Look at this. COVID and other things as well. It's a bit like gang warfare, isn't it? On a grand scale. Maybe they didn't come for the uniform because they fear that they might have to call you in again. The democracy will, it's going to be hard. It is under threat. There's no denying that, but it will come through. Okay. UK's got a big shake-up coming through with the monarchy. These things happen. There are times where shake-ups have to happen. cobwebs blowing out. The things that have caused seizures and the spanners that have been thrown in the works have to be cleared out. But your democracy will be safe in the end. It will be. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but it will be. Okay? Now, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's going to have to retire. Resign. She's going to have to resign. Oh, she definitely. Here we go. Minor celebration, but for who? That's a yes. Oh, she's definitely facing a bit of anxiety. Her past actions are going to cause her some anxiety. Oh, the rule of law and stability is very much looming over her at the moment. What has she done? She is going to be out in the cold with the Republican Party very soon. She is not going to handle it well. Not handle it well. This stuff's going to come out. Sitting pretty. The 9. Another thing about the 9 of Pentacles, it is a card that can indicate the abuse of position or power. Her autonomy is at risk. Money. Continued devotion to the false knight. Cloudy for her too. Is she going to resign? I don't know if she might be forced to. And she doesn't. It's going to be a sticky end. Investigations. She's really got to be very cautious. I think there's indictments in her future. That's not quite going to happen, Em. It's going to be a little bit like at least, especially in the next few months, it's going to be a little bit like, feel a little bit like gang warfare. Plus, you know, over it's going to feel a little bit like that, but there are changes happening. I think that the Republican Party is going to be in for quite a shock next year. I just feel like that. You know, I keep going back. Grassroots. People on the ground, a lot of people on the ground who aren't getting money, who are Republicans and aren't getting money that they need. I think they're they're gonna definitely. Lauren Boebert, yes, she's the one I'm looking at. Mo Brooks and Paul Gosar as well. Lauren Boebert, 5 cards on her. Whistleblower, someone's going to come out and talk about her role in. So we've got the Page of Wands, someone coming out and talking, a whistleblower. Then we've got the King of Cups, her role in Biden. Oh, they're talking now about her role in trying to unseat Biden. Details are coming out behind the scenes and she doesn't know it. Oh, she's definitely heading for disappointment, this woman. There's that money card again. Resources. campaign finance. I think she's going to be in trouble for campaign finance fraud. Definitely overwhelming emotion. News about money. Is she going to be charged, indicted? Ooh, there could be 3 indictments heading her way. Are they going to try again? Geek Hillbilly. Are they going to try again? Are they going to try again? Are they going to try another insurrection? September 18. Even saying these things, it's like getting people agitated and worried and upset. It's like, are they going to try again? Will they try again? They're certainly planning to. They're certainly planning to. And they're trying to get momentum up to it. But caution, change. Their plans are certainly to make a major impact change and try again. Could be exposure. They could certainly gather for it. I can see people gathering for it, but whether they'll be able to pull it off is another thing. There's definitely a change coming. They're planning for it, but there is a change coming. Momentum, they're planning it. They're building up things, but there's definitely a change coming. There's the rule of law. Details are already about. Groups of, there's the 3 major groups. Yeah, they certainly, they may even gather to do it. But the more they say things like that, yeah. Okay, we're looking at I'm going to look at Mo Brooks and then Paul Gosar, and then we're going to wrap it up for the day, guys. Okay. There's definitely, there could definitely be trouble there. Okay, Mo Brooks. Pause. Change. Suspension with Mo Brooks. Anxiety. He's feeling anxious. Oh, surprising news for him that he's not going to take well. He's going to be feeling embattled. End of his career. There you go. 5 cards for Mo Brooks. Napoleon wasn't an antichrist. Some of them are, unfortunately. Geek. Poor Gosar. 5 cards on him. Oh, groups. He's been talking to these key groups. He's been in on the planning, momentum, things coming at him very quickly. Oops. He's not in for a happy time. He's in for some heartbreak and judgment. These guys do not have much of a future left. If they don't get booted out or forced to resign before the election, they will not get put back in. And they've got indictments and legal cases and all sorts of things ahead of them. I just got Napoleon wasn't an antichrist. I know a lot of people say he was, but no, he wasn't. He wasn't. Is Trump the third antichrist? I don't know that I fully believe in the concept of an antichrist. Gotha is the one whose family have disowned him, yes. Yeah. Possibly. Definitely the result of mistake after mistake after mistake. No, it might seem that way, but he's not. He's the result of mistakes not being corrected at the time, and basically the American government and the processes that have not been corrected for almost 50 years, that have just been let go astray. Basically, America painting itself into a corner with regard to him. Yes, his being in there has resulted in losses, but this has been repetitious behaviour. He's not a representative of the devil. He's not the Antichrist. Deals and quid pro quos, again, it's a result of that. That's undermined America. And, you know, he's mercenary and all that. But he's not the Antichrist, but his time is coming to an end. Have hope. His time is coming to an end. Whether that's his time in power or his time on earth, I'm not prepared to say. But you don't have to be the Antichrist to be dangerous. Hubby's watching a movie. Okay, guys, I am going to Nostradamus' predictions. There's been some have come true, but a lot more haven't than have, at least from what I understand. So, and a lot of his writings and predictions that's coming out, that a lot of them have been interpreted incorrectly as well, which is why some of them have not come true. They may have come true, but we haven't known about it because they were interpreted incorrectly. Some of them. That's what I'm feeling. That with some, very clear, but with others, the interpretation is yeah. I'm trying to steer clear of Nostradamus because when we were a kid, when I was a kid, Dad said, come on, everyone, we have to sit down and watch this. This is important to the future. And we watched the Nostradamus, special on Nostradamus and his predictions. Freaked me out for years, and years. I think it's one of the reasons I steered away from this sort of thing as well. Yeah. Okay, my darlings, thank you so much for your love and support. I'm going to wrap it up for the day. Please have a safe day. Stay safe, stay strong, stay happy, and stay healthy. I will be back Tuesday night, my time, 8 p.m., which is 8 a.m. I might even make it 7:30 p.m., which is 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. So, you know, love you all, and I will talk to you soon. And I will reschedule the pet special again back another week, and we'll do a spooky special on Friday night, Friday the 13th. Okay, love you all. Bye-bye.